How to develop dynamic play skills. Are you curious about how to develop dynamic play skills in chess? This is an exciting area that can really transform your game. Let's break down some key concepts and strategies to help you become a more dynamic player. First, it is essential to understand what dynamic play means. Dynamic play focuses on creating active positions that put pressure on your opponent. This is different from static play, which is more about solid and stable positions. In dynamic play, you want to prioritize piece activity and initiative over just material or structure. Next, from the very beginning of the game, aim to develop your pieces quickly. Place them on active squares where they can control the center and key areas. Avoid making unnecessary pawn moves that do not help your pieces become more active. When your pieces work together, they can create threats and tactical opportunities that define dynamic play. Another important aspect is recognizing when your opponent's king is uncastled or vulnerable. If you see this, you can launch attacks or disrupt their plans before they finish developing their pieces. This requires a good sense of tactics and sometimes being willing to sacrifice material for a strong attack. Speaking of sacrifices, using gambits can be a great way to develop dynamic play skills. Sacrificing material, especially early in the game, can help you gain tempo and open lines for your pieces. It is crucial to learn common gambits and know when to accept or decline them. Remember, sacrifices should be calculated and aimed at gaining the initiative. Maintaining the initiative is another key point. This means making moves that force your opponent to respond defensively. You can do this by looking for forcing moves like checks, captures, and threats that limit your opponent's options. Keeping the pressure on them is essential to dynamic play. However, dynamic play is not always the best choice. You need to evaluate the position carefully to decide if aggressive moves will give you an advantage or if a more solid approach is better. This judgment comes with practice and studying games where dynamic play worked well or did not. Time management is also important in dynamic play. Quick and confident decisions help maintain momentum. Improving your time management skills and being ready to take calculated risks will allow you to play dynamically without losing control. Finally, studying model games from strong players who excel in dynamic play is very helpful. Many training resources focus on these concepts in openings and middle games. Regular practice with these materials will improve your intuition and skills in dynamic positions. In summary, developing dynamic play skills involves focusing on active piece development, exploiting weaknesses, using sacrifices wisely, maintaining the initiative, and knowing when to apply dynamic strategies. With consistent study and practice, you will integrate dynamic play into your chess style and see improvement in your results.